Hey everyone, this is just a brief description of handstanding and lunar acro, kind of in sort of a promotion for two events that I'm giving this Saturday in El Paso. I don't know how many of my subscribers are from El Paso. As subscribership increases, the intention or the method is, as I promote events that are upcoming, that some of you will actually be in the location where I'm going to. It's probably more likely in places like Los Angeles or Houston or even North Central Florida, where I've spent most of my time in those. However, there are other events coming up. Lunar Acro is coming up in Los Angeles. A Lunar Acro and Handstand dual event is coming up in Albuquerque next month. And well, actually, that's March, so 2 months, but soon. But this weekend, this Saturday, February 3rd at Academy of Aerial Fitness, I'm giving 2 seminars. First is on therapeutic handstands. The second is on flying Thai massage, otherwise known as Lunar Acro. Hold on, there's a comment. Any plans to come abroad? No plans yet. There's an intention. Of course, I want to. I have friends and fans in the Netherlands, in Italy, and Croatia. So maybe one day. Gotta conquer the United States first before I can justify, investing that. And so there is a big similarity, coming back to Lunar Acro and handstands, a huge similarity. See, the Lunar Acro style, which, acro yoga partner balancing is a very large discipline, and every very big and famous circus school will have their own discipline of partner balancing and handstand training, but especially the partner balancing. Acro yoga is different. It's not circus, it's not performing, and there are many sub-disciplines of that also. There's the Canadian style, the American style, the Dutch style. There even like you might call Hawaiian style and other methods, approaches to it. So I go with the American style from Jason Niemer as my teacher, and so there is a relationship between, or take a step back, there's a lunar and a solar style within that discipline. Lunar and solar comes from yoga terminology of masculine and feminine, and flyer. So you have a base, someone that's supporting somebody else, a flyer, someone that's being supported, and a spotter. And lunar and solar refer to what is the role of the flyer. Is the flyer being passive, feminine, lunar, which would be like a Thai massage, or active, holding the shape, and more power and strength is required? That's solar. It's very obvious to people why solar acro yoga would relate to handstands. There's a lot of holding a shape. There's a lot of very aggressive or just intense. There's a level of effort that's needed to hold a balance in a solar pose. This is close to like circus acrobatics, impressive kind of feats. The lunar style, it's not so apparent, and so I'm making this video as kind of that connection for people. Thai massage itself is a lot of bone stacking, and you can see I have my Thai massage playlist on this channel. Check that out. If you don't have a partner, I have a self-massage playlist. Check that out. But when you're applying massage, either on yourself or someone else, well, just hit the camera, it's very useful to make it as lazy as possible. We want it to be as lazy as possible. And stacking bones helps with that. Helps with the massage, helps with handstands. There's one relationship. The intelligence with which you use your hands, meaning if you pour more weight on the inside of the hand, the outside of the hand, the wrists, the fingers, if you're gripping, even if you're turning the hand out or so on, because that affects the alignment of the forearm bones, which goes back to principle 1, the bone stacking. Hand intelligence is paramount to all partner balancing acrobatics, all partner work like massage. How am I pressing? What's my level of receptivity with the hands? And in handstanding, obviously, I'm balancing on my hands, like this very small surface relative to the massive size of my body is balancing my whole body weight. Like there should be some intelligence. Put your mind in the base of your hand. Where does your hand connect? Immediately, these skills translate to life. The ability to communicate with your own hand. It's paramount to communicate with your belly if you have a bellyache, to your head if you have a headache, to your respiratory system, if you're exercising, like communicate with your body is not just for like creative, artistic, or hippie kind of people. Communicating with your body is necessary to health and well-being, and to communicate with your hand. And communication is listening too, so to be able to listen with your hands while you're touching a person in balancing or in massage is an invaluable skill that has an infinite depth of articulation and clarity and understanding potential that can come from that. So there's a lot more I can talk about. Communication will be the last thing I'll say. So there was bone stacking, hand intelligence, and these are common skills and themes for the acro yoga and the handstanding, which is why I like to pair them when I travel, because the lunar acro will put a person in kind of a trance, and it's a little destabilizing to come back into the real world after lunar acro, and the handstanding can make a person tense. And so they're a good complement for each other. So the last thing I'll say is linguistics, or just how do you talk to yourself? This is very important. In partner practice, it comes out how you're talking to the other person, but you're also saying things to yourself. And so being able to read, like put your attention on their facial expression, their body language. What are they silently saying is just, obviously that's a huge skill for life in relationships and families and everything. In handstanding, it's less apparent, but it's obvious in their face when they're saying something to themselves. It's this way in yoga practice too. In meditation, it's very obvious to someone that's practiced, and a person that has practiced has probably experienced the full spectrum of emotions that you would experience. We're all humans, you know, we have those same experiences. Through observation and repetition, we can notice our own facial expression as a clue to what we're actually feeling. Because most of us, at least here in the West, are, it seems to be more of a challenge to check in with, you know, how am I feeling right now? But it's easier to just look at your own facial expression, either in a mirror, or you can just tell, you know, what's your facial expression. If you just take a moment to notice your facial expression, like, is your tongue clenching right now? Is your face tense? Are your eyes open and soft and receptive? And this is a clue to your emotional state. So you see this in yoga practice a lot. As a teacher, I see everybody's facial expressions, and I know that that is a clue to what are they saying to themselves inside. It is so with handstands. It is so with lunar acro yoga. So this is what makes me unique in when I teach these subjects. There are many great acrobats. There are many great handstanders, and if you were to judge purely on skill, they're greater than I. I focus on many different subjects, but my ability to communicate and my understanding of linguistics, of how the mind processes information, and how we clothe our concepts in words and transmit those through the body and the voice and so on. You won't find this level inside of the yoga community, or if you do, it's rare and precious, and definitely go and study with that person. So this is the intro. If you're in El Paso or Albuquerque or Los Angeles, definitely subscribe to the channel, follow me, check out when I'm giving those lunar acro and handstanding events. And if you're in El Paso, I'll see you this Saturday at Academy of Aerial Fitness. Catch you next time. Namaste.